Mohist
Buds bloom and... She got infected by the Blight Beast poison while she was healing the wounded, and is now fighting for her life. Back when Qing'er and Haotsang had their...
Father. Haotsang. Please, go to the Lunar Crown Pond and order... The medicine is my last chance.
Grandma...
She's... Thank you for bringing... Elder Chow, you just said that Qing'er...
This Lunar Crown Tree business is serious. First, go to Cloudrise. Leave everything else to me. I'll do whatever is within my power.
I'll do my best and obey destiny.
It's quite windy up here.
You don't need to rush. Come and tell me who you're looking for. Since the Valley Well, do you still... Oh, I almost... Since the era of Goddess Lan Yaoqi, 900 years ago, we did much to improve Cloudrise. And that's why we have such elegant houses and beautiful scenery today. The gateway in front of you is Yingshen Gate. It might look normal, but Venerable Lan Yaoqi has cast a special enchantment on it. After Yingshen Gate, on the other side of the Lotus Terrace is the... You guessed correctly.
to have been here before. Originally, it was...
Isn't that the little boy who went to the Jiandan Stonehouse to get the blade heart?
Unfortunately, I can't come. I'm in a secret realm. Sorry.
Kind of you, Shenren. The Taiwa instance is very important. Of course, you pay great attention to it.
Indeed. The Lunar Crown Tree may not be ignored. I've already heard about the business with Churchinsu village from the Grand Summoner.
I never would have thought the Blight Beast is so poisonous that even the Divine Tree of Shenong would not be able to resist.
Valley Master, how is the Lunar Crown Tree?
Although many protectors are working together, the Lunar Crown Tree has temporarily lost its soul consciousness. I'll discuss Taihua Mountain and the Valley of 100 Grasses are thousands of leagues apart, yet they were attacked one after the other by the devastators.
Zhenren Nanshun, how is the Taihua instance?
There are no problems at the moment, but the 10-year reinforcement deadline is approaching, and no one knows. Everything is complicated today. Not just Meijia, but the devastators, full of negative qi, also really surprised me.
Yes, Shenren. The most urgent thing right now is to find out
Grandmaster!
where these... Lieutenant Yue, what is wrong with you?
You've ordered the Moists to seize Hao Tsang. Why didn't you tell me?
Jianqing.
I can clearly distinguish between the righteousness and the small affection. Besides, what he took away was the nameless sword of my family. Don't worry, I'll bring back Hao Tsang. It's all solely because of him that my Chinger is always so worried about him.
Hey, isn't that the little boy who went to the Jiandan Stonehouse to get the blade heart? Hey, isn't that the little boy who went to the... I'm Lilane, follower of the goddess Lan Yaoqi.
The unnamed sword. Indeed.
When the master left us, it's not easy finding record...
Devastator.
I play goddess, and the Blight Beast on top of that is the global conflagration of 70 years ago. The Grand Master and the Grand Summoner have already set off into the underworld themselves to find a cure for the Lunar Crown Tree. And That doesn't sound good. The Blade Heart has been damaged for years, and we're right in the middle of a major war. It's so...
The Bladeheart fragment has been weakened for many years, and it still hasn't been able to bind itself to your spirit completely. Its soul force is almost exhausted, and it has retreated deep into your... Just a little thing, as long as...
But Chenren Shishia comes and goes like the wind.
Oh, all right. Then with Chenren's...
Have you forgotten that he has been traveling for a long time and hasn't been heard from for a while now?
Oh. Well, if that's the case... All right. Meditate for a while first. Moji, Suji, and I will help you stabilize the...
Isn't that the little boy who went to the Jiandan Stonehouse to get the Blade Heart?
How are you? You were contaminated with so much negative chi in the Valley of 100 Grasses. You should count yourself lucky that it doesn't scatter immediately. And you
Of course the Master can help him. It's just that this spell...
Wait. Di Wang's sacrifice formation is very complex. One red flamestone. Once you have gathered all the ingredients...
Our Cloud Rise has existed for over 900 years already. You will never find rarities more easily than here. But you're asking for 3 things at once. I'm afraid that Skinflint and Yanfei... All right.
bloody tongue, but these... Ah, to hell. I'll remind you of...
You need the It's all there. The
cannot be cast.
make here you go.
Click on the interface with the left mouse button to show the information on this quest.
Well then. You are in your own soul world. Free your spirit from negative chi.
It almost collapsed and is too weak now. It probably isn't...
But don't worry. There's another way. You return...
The
sacred valley where Cloudrise is located is enormous. The whole of Shenzhou would fit inside it. To facilitate communication between the various schools of the Qin League, they built bases near Cloudrise. They are constantly guarded. New students can return to their respective schools from the plateau of torrential fog.
I have a question. You're stuttering and not being sincere. That's a bit like Master Zhen Yang once spoke of the talented sword fighters all over the world and said that Yi Yang was the only one with the future prospect of... After 30 years, the Master finally got to see Yi Yang. Master Kun Wuzi is already here. You're a student.
When you're holding it in your hand, it's also time to surrender yourself over to the lunar mirror.
Of course it sounds familiar. Before her enlightenment, the goddess Yaoqi took this artifact with her wherever she went.
There's only one lunar mirror of distant dreams in the whole world.
Pardon?
My master likes to save his money. What you're holding in your hand right now is just...
A core imitation?
Yes.
If you two keep bickering, I'll make you guard the fire pit for a month. You now have the lunar mirror of distant dreams. If you're lucky, you'll be able to use pets to connect to it and visit unexplored places. And you can even use it to... I'll cast the spell for you this time.
despair. The brother learned the art from Master Changyang. And these masters here are no match for him, let alone you.
Yes, you're right, but you need to look on the bright side. Back then, the master saw that you were talented and took you on as a student. But nobody could have guessed you'd spend all the time being so insolent. You never study or practice diligently.
Yeah, I know. You're too grouchy. It'll give you wrinkles.
The PvP duel takes place in a month. If you get cold feet before then, the master will have a suitable punishment.
Why have you come?
Hey? My big brother let me come here. At the end of the duel, you landed a powerful blow on my Tai... At the end of the duel, you landed a powerful blow on my Tai Bai and Shen Mai acupuncture points. Was it not your intention that I come to the peak of Tai Bai at the appointed time?
Sword techniques are easy to learn, but beautiful jade is seldom seen. These are my handwritten notes. Study them carefully.
Thank you, brother.
Major disaster is coming. Spellsword students, I beg you to take greater care of them.
There's a real resonance. As When the three swords were sleeping in the Jiandun Stonehouse, I used my soul force from the Blade Heart to set up a dream world. Only those chosen by the Blade Hearts of the three swords can use the soul force of the fragment to sense the Blade Hearts and connect with them. This way, their spiritual consciousness... It is home to many Blade Heart fragments, and also the treasures and rare talents I have discovered over the years.
The main section of the Lunar Mirror of Distant Dreams is here, if you wish to...
Had you not demonstrated bravery and self-sacrifice during the demon's attack, I would have sent you to the Elder of the Order to be punished for your... Without a sufficient amount of practice, none of the soul swords on the mountain will react to you. Not even if you manage... Now, that's the spirit of a spell sword. Relax. She told me a few things after the demon army was defeated and asked me to conduct... When the time has come, the three spell swords, Jing Shao, Jing Hong, and Yi Shu, will be in attendance. You must handle the swords with sincerity and not make any mistakes. You've only been here for a short while and don't know all the teachings. By the way,
This jade mine has been flooded for years. It must be... Is that you? My brother Cheng Yu never praised anyone, but in the last few days he made frequent mentions. They say that you decapitate... luck or no luck, you did me a great service. Yuan, come quick and thank the one who saved you.
The monster had injured me that day, and I was unconscious. I was only a few meters away from the Devastator. If you hadn't
No need to be so modest. This hidden tassel might look... You started your training quite young. Just a shame that to commemorate Yi Yang.
不必心急，待你准备完毕，再来寻我便是。
I learned the art of swordsmanship using the 9 secrets of the Spellswords. Whenever you use these techniques, sword mana will spark. Apparently, it's possible to control the sword mana even when it is 1,000 miles away. And since the foundation of the Taiwa school, Yi Yang has been the only student to learn this art, at the age of 31 at that.
The smell of medicine. Your name seems so familiar. Oh, I remember. You're the new student who...
闭关才术，我既夸你，你就好好受着。这么忙着推辞，岂不是暗指我眼力？唉，自正阳宗师去后，郭泰华。
The Spellsword has 9 secret tricks for revealing everything.
Bladestorm works best in melee combat. Sword mana. When practicing the 9 secrets of the Spellswords, it is important not just to learn from one another, but also to practice the core skills. It is absolutely essential to practice meditation, breathing, and focus every day.
The Spellsword has 9 secret tricks for revealing everything.
就是太华秘境中镇压的那位。说起来，咱们太华也算是阴堂。罢了，江湖路远，我日后一个叫一个。
Now let's learn about basic actions. Chi is restored automatically over time. It is restored instantly when performing level 3 of Xuanchen Sword. Consume sword mana to use the core ability Concentration Sword. You can charge Cloud Dragon Strike by holding down the button. Cloud Dragon Strike will consume sword intent when charging. The more sword intent consumed, the higher the damage. So try to cast the skill when you have 5 sword intent. Skills in everyday combat. You can also learn new things by repeating old things.
Oh. Why so shy all of a sudden? Jingyun's skills with the sword...
Genren, the sword formation has been established, but Sister...
The Jinya Palace students... Judging from your... I hope they instructed you well. Now then. First, stand over there in the sword grounds. Listen to my command. was just watching you very closely. When you're controlling the sword formation, although we haven't met yet, we could...
Cannot be cast.
The three spell swords might all be of a different temperament. Now that you've met... When you climbed the mountain, the oldest Taihua, we had no choice but to separate the... That's a myth. Although everyone in... But I've been at the school for many years. I know he's a gen... You have great... The gen... If the Taihua...
You've been away for so long. I've been waiting for you for a while. Let me ask you, has your connection with the Blade Heart? Don't get your hopes up. This method can only heal the symptoms. If you wish to find a remedy for the cause, you will need to go to the Heavenly Ridge yourself. Well, this formation is driven by the power of yin.
It is said that a single yin is not...
Take the chi.
They...
By the way, it is said a number of...